the long story is that when DKBC was part of Waka demands that you have a bar sponsor where they charge the bar $500. At least that was the rate back in the day. They charge the bar $500 for the privilege of having the kickballers show up and play, or show up and drink at your bar. And I don't know what it is now, but there's that bar on Broadway, South Broadway, just north of Alameda, on the west side of the street, just north of the gas station, like the Dog Lounge or something.
Is it the Spark? Where there's Silbo's 151.
Further south of that.
I think it's like Barker Lounge.
Barker Lounge. Is there like a dog on on a lounger?
Something
Like a
that.
dog like spread out like with an umbrella? It used to be a gay bar, and I don't know if they got like new ownership, but they decided like, oh, we need to sport it up. And we chose that place, and we only chose that place because Tim Garvey was DJing there every Thursday night, and the Waka DKBC games were every Thursday night. And all these suburbanites that were playing in Waka hated it. They hated being there. But all of us in DKBC, like that was like near our neighborhoods. You know, we were, if anything, it was farther south than where we really wanted to be, because we were all basically like Capitol Hill cretins, you know. But we were playing against people who were living in like Littleton and Highlands Ranch, and you know, the coolest people that we had to play against were probably living in Lodo or the Highlands. No offense to anyone who's living in the Highlands now. But so we were playing, or we were having our after parties at that Barker Lounge or whatever it's called. And Tim Garvey introduced me to this guy. This guy came into the bar a few times, and he looked like a total douche. And Tim was like, oh, this is my friend Matt. He just moved back from New York. He's opening up a bar. And this guy just seemed like way like too cool for school. And I was like, all right, whatever. And he's like, oh yeah, hey man, you should really come to my, I'm opening up a bar on Broadway where 7 South used to be. Oh yeah, come check it out. It's gonna be awesome. I'm gonna have like DJs and stuff. And I was like, all right. And it was Matt LaBarge, and I don't know if I ever told him that I thought he was whatever I just said, but I ended up going to the High Dive, and then everyone ends up going to the High Dive. And it was like, honestly, I will say, High Dive Sputnik were the best 2 venues, the best 2 bars I have ever encountered in my whole life. I have lived in Denver, Chicago, LA. I'm an avid alcoholic. I have been to many places, and not a one holds a candle to either one of those places. Matt and Allison really created something special, something absolutely beautiful. And what they did was they created a clubhouse for me and my kind, you know, whatever that means. Like, me and my friends fell in love with those places. And Matt and Allison really bent over backwards to create like a safe home for us. And at first it seemed like it was just a place for artists and like hip cats or whatever. I don't know. But then like, you know, I hung out with like, I hung out with kids who were way cooler than me. I was a geek who got by amongst all these people. And Matt and Allison brought me in. And so when I brought up the idea of like maybe making High Dive and Sputnik like a home for the DKBC, like our sponsor bar, they okayed it. And I don't think they knew what it was going to end up being. I mean, I don't know what it's like now, but that first year it was ridiculous. When we had the draft party, no one was prepared for how gigantic it was going to be. We had coverage in the Westward, which was unprecedented for us. Like, it was a perfect storm. Everything came together, and we had media attention. We had a perfect venue that was up and coming, and everything worked out. And that night, Matt was running around the high dive. I was running around high dive. Mark Hughes, we were all running around high dive like, what the fuck is going on? Like, this is not what we expected. We had over 200 people show up for the DKBC draft when we had a hard time getting 12 people together to play a pickup game. And from there, like, it just grew. And I hope that, as long as the DKBC exists, and I hope as long as the high dive exists and Sputnik exists, that there's going to be a relationship between the two.